I'm Sebastian Gonzalez. I'm from Oakley, California. I'm a sophomore at University of Hawaii at Manoa. I play baseball and I'm a left-handed pitcher. And my favorite thing, at least of Hawaii, is definitely the beaches and the weather.
What led you to choose University of Hawaii to continue your baseball career?
I actually was committed originally to St. Mary's College of California, and over the summer they sent me out to Illinois. And so I was out there in Peru and LaSalle, Illinois, playing baseball with the Pistol Shrimp. And halfway through the summer, I got news that our head coach that recruited me actually got fired. He got asked to step down. So he left, and then the pitching coach had called me literally the next day and said, "Hey, I might be leaving too." And so I kind of took a turn and said, "All right, well, I think I'm going to go too, because just doesn't seem right anymore." And luckily enough, we actually had 3 Manoa guys on the summer ball team that summer. And so their coach, who was actually very good friends with the St. Mary's head coach, ended up calling me a few days later and saying, "Hey, I've watched you on TV, and we heard about your situation. We're interested in you if you'd like to come here." And so, the progress kind of just continued to just talk, and eventually I made this decision to go here.
And how has playing in Hawaii kind of shaped your game so far versus other places that you've played in your career?
I mean, it's been a lot of up and down for me. I think it's been good being away from home. That kind of idea of, nothing else is around you. You can't just drive back home 30, 40 minutes and go see your parents. I think that's kind of helped me both grow on and off the field. On the field in the sense of, they're not at my games watching every single thing. And it might be in TV, but watching in person, you're able to kind of nitpick things. And for my dad, I know he nitpicks everything when I pitch. He'll talk to me afterwards and say, "Hey, you did this a little differently than you usually do." And so, it's kind of helped me to figure out things on my own, kind of get a better feel for my own game and kind of understand, hey, what can I do to improve, or what can I do to continue to just keep doing well.
How would you describe your pitching style? Are you a power pitcher, or do you have like a mix of finesse pitcher? What is it?
Yeah, I mean, I've always modeled myself after like Tom Glavine and Greg Maddux, and so I've never been a guy that throws super hard. There's always people that throw harder. I mean, we got a guy on the team that throws. He's gotten up to 97, 98, and I'm far from that. So for me, my craft is kind of always just that old school style of really being a pitcher, kind of understanding that you're going to need movement along with a little bit of velocity to get through. So although I have been a very like fastball dominant type of person, I still pride myself in being that kind of old school style.
What are some of your favorite off-speed pitches to throw?
Right now, as of lately, it's been my curve. I feel like I've gotten a lot more used to it in the past couple of weeks now. Like I said early on, I mean, I was very much fastball dominant. I would throw 90% fastballs in games. And so now that we're finally kind of mixing it up, kind of understanding what pitches work and what don't, the curve and the changeup are probably my 2 favorite. For sure.
How do you approach facing a tougher hitter?
I mean, I just attack. I do everything with the same kind of intent. So to me, it's you're not better, you're not worse. They're all equally hitters, and their job is to hit me, and my job is to get them out. So from a standpoint of mentality, it's just attack.
And who would you say has been like your biggest inspiration in baseball so far in your life?
Definitely my dad. I mean, he never forced me into the sport. He kind of just gradually threw it out there for me to kind of pick up on, and eventually I did. And since the day I started, I mean, that dude has done so much to try and get me where I am now. And he wasn't even a pitcher. He was an outfielder and a infielder and a catcher. So he knew nothing about pitching, but still somehow gave me some of the best information I've ever learned from anybody.
So I know you just said that your dad gives you information about pitching, and he likes to like pick on you and pick like little things. What's an area of your game that you're currently working on to improve?
Right now, it's actually been in the off-speed area, just because of the fact that like I said early on in the season, wasn't using it much, and now we're kind of just threw me in the deep end and start using it now about 50% of the time. So, my dad literally watched every single pitch of every single game, decided to make a spread chart of it, and like tell me what pitches work and what don't. And so kind of right now, it's the off-speed statistically has worked a lot. So we're working on that a lot just to try and improve it. There's still areas to get down a little bit, refine.
What's been a big challenge that you've kind of faced in your career so far as a baseball player, and how have you kind of overcame it?
I think just the mental aspect of it. It's a lot different in high school and middle school, kind of playing travel ball. And, you're out there as a kid, you're always having fun. It doesn't really matter to you. It's just a fun game that you play on the weekends. But now that it's you're growing up, it means a lot more than just having fun and winning games. It goes a lot deeper. And it takes a big toll. So I'd say like as far as what's been like the biggest difference is definitely the mental aspect of it.
Now, living in Hawaii, have you picked up any Hawaiian traditions or favorite local foods?
Tradition wise, I mean the Kahlua pork, like the kind of pig roast they do are really cool. I've been to like one or two of them. They got some little slang here and there. They call it pigeon, and so we've picked up on some of the accent, trying to figure out how they sound, and it's pretty fun. And then food wise, I mean, I love poke bowls, and this is the best place to have a poke bowl, 100%.
What are some other things you and your teammates or friends do around Hawaii for fun?
Yeah, I mean, like I said early on, the beach is my favorite thing, and there's plenty of that to go around here. Especially in the fall when we have more free time, we'll all go out to the beach, and sometimes they have concerts down there by the beach. We've been to, I think, one or two reggae concerts, and so you kind of find a little bit of everything to do, kind of stay outdoors. I know there's a lot of hiking around here. I personally haven't done much of it, but yeah, mainly the beach.
So, if you weren't playing baseball, what sport would you play?
I've always loved bowling. Like I've really always loved bowling. I don't know why, but I feel like that I would probably get into probably a lot more.
Did you play any other sports growing up, or did you kind of always gravitate towards baseball?
Yeah, no, I played soccer for the longest before baseball. I played that from 5 years old to like 12 years old. I mean, I did it for a long time. Played a little bit of basketball too, a few years of that, but I'm not tall enough for NBA material. I'm not that status. Tried a little bit of football, but baseball was kind of my main focus. That was the love of my life. So once I kind of realized that, I dropped every other sport, I think, sophomore year of high school, and kept it strictly baseball from there.
Going back to campus, what would you say your favorite place on campus is?
There's actually a really cool garden on upper campus that I think is really cool. Especially at night, you'll kind of see the frogs all come out and about. I think it's pretty funny. So sometimes I go out there. If I can't sleep at night or something, I'll take a little walk down in the garden. That's kind of my little quiet spot.
So kind of moving into like the NIL sector, have you noticed any shifts in the game since NIL has been introduced in college athletics? And have you kind of been able to be a part of any opportunities?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's been a pretty big part. I mean, now you even got guys making upwards of $1 million. So I mean, I think it's cool. I think for the amount of work that college athletes do and the amount of, time and effort that they put into it to grow on the field and off the field, I think it's cool that we were able to get paid for it a little bit. Obviously not to the same extent as a professional, but we're not at that level yet. So I would say, it's really cool what's happening right now.
How do you balance school, baseball, and NIL opportunities?
Yeah, I mean, school always first. I try and keep it that way just because you kind of need that to play ball. First school and then baseball, and then lastly the NIL. I mean, money is money. It's great. It can be a benefit, but I feel like if you let it get to you too much, it can become a distraction or cause an issue.
What's some advice that you would give to a student athlete kind of looking to move into the collegiate sports space?
I'd say really prepare yourself physically, mentally, emotionally. I mean, it's a draining thing. I mean, off seasons we'll have 5-6 days a week of practice, and they're 2-3 hour practices with morning weights at 5:30, 6 a.m. So it's a routine that you need to build, and you need to build early on. I know, man, I've always been the type of guy that's like during summer, stay up till 3, sleep until noon. Stay up till 4, sleep until 1 p.m. in the afternoon. You can't do that in college. You literally cannot, especially as an athlete. So I'd say learn some time management. That is a huge aspect of it because, like Alexa said, keeping up with school and all this other stuff, like you need to have a schedule for yourself. So just staying in a routine and giving yourself some time management and time framing skills to just kind of help yourself accomplish your goals.
Yeah, and with NIL, I mean, there's a lot of different brands that want to work with you guys. What would be your preferred brand of clothing for games that you would want to work with?
Yeah, I mean, I know we're going into Nike next year. I mean, obviously, who wouldn't want to work with Nike? That'd be pretty cool. I feel like Nike would be really cool. Probably that, if anything, just because it's such a broad spectrum of everything. They got everything.
And is there any piece of gear, different types of gear that you wear every game?
Yeah, I mean, right now I have 3 different gloves. There's 2 brown ones and 1 black one, and so I kind of save certain gloves for practice, certain gloves for game. And then depending on what jerseys we wear, I'll also switch up those gloves. But as far as that goes, I mean, we're not really allowed to wear jewelry as pitchers. So, I can't really do anything about it. I could wear these chains, but I can't wear my earrings or, my bracelet. I'd have to take all that off. But accessory-wise, chains are always cool. I love chains. And then, yeah, kind of just the gloves. I've always been a Rawlings guy, but or Wilson. I don't mind Wilson. They make some good gloves, but I got a Rawlings glove back home. I'm missing like crazy. I need that glove.
You have a song that always just gets you hyped?
I'm actually, so my music taste before games is not really like hype music. Like I know a lot of guys will listen to rap or like metal or like AC/DC or something, like get them going. But it's actually so funny. You'll see me walking in the field. I'll probably be listening to like R&B or like something really slow and really calm, just because I like feeling that kind of like smooth feeling before a game. I want to be loose. I don't want to be like all amped up and riled up, because I know if I go out on the mound like that, I don't know where that pitch is going to go. So I'd rather much just feel smooth and feel kind of calm. I think so far my favorite song has probably been Strawberries and Wine. I love that song. That song is amazing.
Do you and your teammates have any songs or maybe quotes or sayings that you guys kind of bond over, either pregame or just in general?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of Rod Wave. We used to listen to like Chip on My Shoulder before, like 2-3 times before our game even started in the locker room. The tradition lately has also kind of been playing poker or kind of just like screwing around in the locker room, playing cards and stuff. And so, we just like to have fun, be loose before the games. If I'm on Ox, it'll be some Spanish music just to get the guys some little spice in their life. We all just try and have a good time.
What would you say are your short and your long-term goals for both in and out of athletics?
I say short term right now is kind of just improve on a week-to-week or day-to-day basis. I mean, I know that's kind of like, it sounds easy to do, but it's so much harder than I thought it was going to be. Like to just actually improve and kind of understand myself a little bit better along with the game. So just day by day, learn myself, learn the game, and keep kind of thirsting for knowledge. And then long-term wise, off the field, I want to start 2 different businesses. And then on the field, I mean, play professionally. That would be the goal. I think anybody's dream playing baseball is to become a professional. So those are kind of my long-term and short goals.
What businesses are you looking to open?
So my family actually does care homes for elderly and disabled. So I kind of wanted to continue that and kind of start one up of my own. And then the second one is actually a baseball facility for special needs children, to kind of just open up, give them a safe space to kind of play and have fun and be themselves, not having to worry a little bit about the world around them.
Do you have any aspirations to play professionally in any capacity after college?
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, the goal is to play baseball as long as I can, man. If I could be like Nolan Ryan and throw till I'm 46, I'll do it. But for sure, professionally would be amazing. That's my dream for sure.
Do you have like an MLB team that you watch that's like your favorite?
Yeah, I mean, I've always been born and raised a Giants fan. I'm from the Bay Area, so Giants have always been my team. I kind of have to love them.
If you could have dinner with someone dead or alive, who would it be?
Probably Nolan Ryan. I think, man, I don't know if you guys have ever watched the documentary on Netflix and Facing Nolan, but after watching that documentary, I was like, I want to meet this dude like ASAP. I want to like sit down and have a 4-hour conversation about baseball with this dude and pitching, and just kind of like learn from him. So probably him. He just seems like a really cool guy too. I mean, he's a cattle rancher out from Texas, So I feel like that'd be kind of funny to talk about too.
And if you can face any hitter to pitch against, past or present, who would you choose?
Ted Williams. I want to see if it's actually true. I heard a story of him coming back from the war, and his first 10 hits in BP were all home run balls. And to me, that's like crazy that someone could do that 10 times in a row. And he batted over 400 in a few seasons. So I'm like, even if I could get him to fly out, I just want to see it.
And then how could fans and supporters stay connected with you in your journey?
I feel like in Hawaii here, it's really easy because we have such a big fan base. I mean, there's no pro teams in Hawaii. We're kind of that team. And so the fans are very much vocal and like physically there for you. So, I mean, there's a lot of people that come to games, and there's families that I've like personally kind of made friends with, and like I talk to them before every game and their kids before every game. So as far as that goes, it's like it's a very cool thing to see. If you're not from Hawaii, or you just want to keep up with baseball, you could always watch it on ESPN Plus, any of our games that are televised. I think that's always a great way to support, just to know that there's people out there rooting for you.
Do you have anything else to share about your experience with NIL baseball, or just being a student athlete in general?
I'd say the fact that it was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. I mean, I said it before, and like high school is very different, but it is so much more different. Like the amount of growth you can make or lose in 2 years of being in college, like it is a big, big difference. Like even my family back home will see me now and like, you've changed a lot. And to hear that is like, it's really cool and really rewarding, but Just come into college with your head up. Don't be scared. It's a fun time, I promise. And, as long as you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, you'll be just fine.